Okay, well, welcome everybody. My name is Noel Lyons, and today I've got a super guest for you. It's Christian Mickelsen, and Christian is going to be talking about how to add 4,600 targeted new prospective clients to your email list in just 30 days.
Thank you. Okay, great. Grew my list from I don't know where we were at, but 10,000 to 15,000 or 15,000 to 20,000, something like that, just in 1 month because of this product launch that we were doing for free sessions that sell. And so what happened was, what we did is I had been partnering with people over the last year or so a lot by doing a teleclass where I'll promote a teleclass of theirs and they'll promote a teleclass of mine. And in order for people to get the information for the teleclass, they have to opt in and get on my email list. So that's something that I've been doing I've been doing it for years, but I did a lot more aggressively over the last year. But then I started thinking about how, somebody that I did that with maybe a year ago, I haven't talked to, again in over the year. We haven't done anything together. So maybe we would get back together again and figure out, do the same thing maybe. But I started thinking, well, what could we do to really deepen the relationship? And how could I support some of these people even more? Which is also huge, because I think a lot of times we think, how can I get from them? How can I get people to do this for me? How can I get this? How can I get that? Versus thinking, how can I serve them? So I started thinking about what could I do that would help them even more? And one of the thoughts I had was, what if I could get all of my joint venture partners, or my strategic alliance partners who promoted me over the last year or even longer ago, if I could get them all together in one place in person and introduce people to each other so that everybody really could understand what each other does, and then they could start doing a lot of cross-promoting. So that was my idea. So I held that event this past September.
Okay. And let's just take a quick time out. I'll give you a rest, because obviously there's quite a few ideas there coming through. One of the ways you built your reputation is by giving a lot of really good free stuff away. And really good stuff that you could actually charge for.
Yes.
And I think some coaches are scared to do that because they feel they're giving away, all their proprietary information.
Yeah.
But, for you and for many others, it certainly worked.
Definitely.
And I know in internet marketing circles that people tend to do like ad swaps, where they send their list to a squeeze page if you send your list to my squeeze page type thing.
Yes.
But by doing the teleseminars, you take that to another level, because you're actually giving good value as well as trading lists.
Yes.
So I thought that was a great point worth sort of highlighting as well.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm running with ideas just listening to you, because obviously, people, we know the importance of JVs, but it's no good waiting until you actually need to do a JV. You've got to be putting a lot of goodwill out there, way up in front, so that when your time does come round, these people are only too ready and happy to help you.
Yeah.
Am I following?
Yeah, definitely. We decided to do a live in-person networking mixer. And people flew in from all over the country here in the U.S. and even outside of the United States to attend, which was really flattering. And honestly, I started panicking. People weren't ready. People who said they were going to come ended up not coming, and some people who said they were going to come didn't register right away. And then other people who were thinking about coming wanted to know who else was already coming, and nobody was committing. Right. So that was a little nerve-wracking. But eventually more and more people said, all right, I'm coming, and they signed up officially. And then the more people signed up, the more people came. We had about 20 people here in San Diego who were, some people I had never done any JV mixers with yet, and some people I had done, at least one and some several. So, so we had a good number of people that came, and people who wanted to come who, certainly just couldn't make it for whatever reason. But that was actually maybe one of the biggest keys to me pulling that off. The 40, how many subscribers did we say?
We said 4,600.
Yeah, it was actually probably even, I should give the exact number, right? 4,623 or whatever it actually was.
That would be an even better title, yeah.
Yeah, totally. So that within 30 days, what happened was we took our product off the market, which is Free Sessions That Sell, and we totally revised it. And we improved upon it, and we did all sorts of stuff to it to make it even better. And I had actually my team fly out here to meet up in San Diego also right after the JV Mixer. Actually, they came out for the JV Mixer, and then we're here for a team meeting. And so we planned out the relaunch of Free Sessions That Sell version 5.0, and we were talking about all the stuff that was in it. And then so someone on my team said, well, why don't you give that stuff away? And I thought, wow, that would be pretty hot if we did that. And so one of the things we gave away was for our launch, which ties into how we got people to promote us and how we got to grow our list so much so quickly, was one of the things I teach, and how to get a rush of new high-paying clients this week, is to give away free coaching sessions in a way that's really compelling. Most people give away free sessions, but nobody takes them up on it. So we teach people how to do it in a way that attracts lots of people to want to have a session with you. Also teach people how to screen people out so that you kind of get rid of the tire kickers who aren't going to actually buy. And so we give away that training for free, and it's really powerful. But in Free Sessions That Sell 5.0, what we were planning to do was actually create pre-written free session offers that people could copy and paste and send out to their email list and get a rush of people to want to have a free session with them so they could get a rush of new clients. So that was just going to be something that was going to be a part of the product. But somebody on my team said, why don't we take that and just give that away?
And it worked really well because I received it quite a few times over from different coaches, because obviously I do watch a lot because it's one of the best ways to learn.
Yes.
And so that creates buzz in itself. And I think too, because it is 5.0 version and we live in a Web 2.0 world, I know a lot of people have got a lot of benefit out of the previous versions of that package. Yeah. And again, that creates buzz when the next one comes around because people think, well, how's this better? For sure. Yeah. So, so that was one of the things we were giving away for free. And we had a lot of people so when we decided to promote our, product, I had a webinar, and I got all of our JV partners. I invited them all to this pre-launch webinar. So it was not even during the pre-launch. It was like getting them ready about 2 weeks before we were going to pre-launch, which is basically when you give away a lot of free content before you actually start selling your product. So a few weeks before that, so about a month before we were actually going to start selling the product, we had a webinar where we talked and we invited our best strategic alliance partners to be on a call with us or on a webinar, and I just took them through all the things that the prizes that they could win, how much affiliate commission they would get if they helped us promote our program. And we talked about all this. So you had a leaderboard as well, to cajole them into action. Yes, we kept sort of like you said, a leaderboard to see who was in first place and stuff like that. Keep them all really excited about what we were doing. And one of the things we did too is we created a leaderboard just for opt-ins, which I've seen a lot of people do product launches, and they usually only do that for sales. Yes. And so I don't know anybody who's ever done it. I'm sure and I can't imagine I'm the first person to ever do it, but I'm the first person that I know of that did it for opt-ins. And I think that really helped people want to help get more opt-ins. They wanted to be, the top dog perhaps. And that was one of the keys, I think, to getting us the 4,600 plus subscribers because, people are kind of competitive and want to get towards the top of the list and stuff like that. And also by showing all the names of the other people who were promoting us. Yes. It's also more social proof that wow, everybody who's anybody in the coaching industry is promoting Christian right now. Yeah, they want to be in on it. Yeah, so it's kind of some more social proof here. Yeah, and a good point too, Chris. It's not just about the money, is it? Some people just want to be able to show that they can be the number one affiliate for you. Yeah, totally. It's prestige.
Yeah. So there's probably a lot of other, motivators in there too. And, so yeah, we got them on board to promote our free stuff that we're giving away. And, we had a lot of different free stuff. One was the pre-written free session offers, which we called client getting emails. One of the really cool things was I went to, a live in-person meeting with coaches less than a week, actually only 6 days after we first made those free session offers, those client getting emails available. And I got a chance to give a 10-minute talk at that coaches mixer. There were about 18 coaches there. And I was telling people about these client getting emails. And one person in the audience raised their hand. She's like, can I say something here? And I'm like, oh, great. Somebody's going to tell me, don't give free sessions away or, whatever. I mean, you never know. I run into naysayers every now and again. So I'm like, oh, okay, go ahead and say something.
Sure.
She raised her hand and she said, I got 4 new clients from sending out these client getting emails. And she's like, I'm a marketing coach and I know how to write marketing materials and I've done stuff like this in the past, but these were just so well written, better than anything I've come up with. And, they worked really well. And I got 4 new clients already. So, that was the tip of the iceberg. And I've gotten, tons of emails from people who've gotten clients, from using those client getting emails since. So those were really hot. Another thing we promoted was the, Make It Safe to Spend, webinar where I taught people how to help potential clients who want to hire you, how to help them hire you, how to help them overcome their fear of hiring you. Because one of the biggest reasons why clients don't hire us is because they're afraid to. So that was also a really hot training, and that page actually had our highest conversion rate. We had it converting for some of our affiliates. It was converting at like 63%, which is a really high conversion rate.
Yeah, wow.
Most opt-in pages are converting, 25 to 30, 35%. So
if that.
Yeah, if that. Yeah, so that one was really hot. And our the client getting emails one, that was for some of our affiliates the opt-in rate was around 52%. So I was really surprised that Safe to Spend was even higher. So that was one of the reasons why we were able to get a lot of people a lot of new subscribers. Our opt-in pages were really good. So those are things I think people should look at right away. So we had a lot of affiliate partners promoting us. Did
you actually test those before sending them out to your affiliates?
No.
Did you
we
know?
didn't really have a way of testing them ahead of time. I mean, we could have tested them with our own list, but it's not really
the same. Yeah.
The same. And we could have, I guess, tested it with Google ads and stuff like that. Actually, what's funny also is we've since done a split test on the Make It Safe to Spend opt-in page, thinking that, well, maybe if we made that our homepage, maybe if it's converting that well anyway, maybe if we make that our homepage, it'll convert that well. And it didn't. It actually converts not as good as our regular homepage. So the copy that we wrote in the email that promoted that page, I think really primed the pump to get people to want to opt in once they got to that page. So there's a lot of different factors here, but.
And one question I would have is that when a lot of people arrived on that page, do you know how long they spent there? Because if you sent a lot of good material out beforehand, chances are they arrived there ready to sign up or buy in.
Yeah, probably. I don't know.
You find that a lot with product launches?
We don't track time on page. That's not a statistic we look at.
Yeah.
But
the point being that when you get the big players on board, you need to know that your page is converting. It is important, isn't it?
For sure. Yeah. And writing copy is one of my strengths, so I just assumed it would work pretty good.
Yeah.
But actually, I even had a friend who's a copywriter take a look at the Make It Safe to Spend opt-in page, and he ripped it to shreds and helped me actually pump it up. So getting a second pair of eyes is always a good idea.
Right.
All right. So yeah, we did, like I said, we did a lot of different things. One of the reasons why a lot of people were promoting us also was because we were giving away a big prize for people, not a prize, but our commission for people who bought our product was $800 for every sale that people made. So that got people to want to that wasn't the only motivation, but that was also a reason. So, if we were just giving away free stuff and we told everybody, hey, promote us and give away all this free stuff, some people would want to do it, but it wouldn't be as enticing as, wow, if we give away this free stuff and people get on Christian's email list and then buy stuff, plus our offer of our product was great too. I mean, when we launched Free Sessions at Sell 5.0, the offer was that they could try it for 30 days before they have to make a payment. They just take care of the shipping charge, the cost to ship it. We'll send it out there to them. We'll cover the cost to make up the program and then they just cover shipping. And then if they like it, then they can keep it. So the 30 days to try it out. It also came with a get clients guarantee. So if they didn't get clients, they didn't have to keep it. So really a lot of strong pieces in the offer. That also, I think, got people, and we explained a lot of that stuff moving into on the JV webinar that we did, like way ahead of ahead of all that stuff. We explained a lot of that stuff that we were doing, and I think that got people to really want to help promote it because they felt like, wow, if I could just get people to hear what Christian has to say or to get people to try out Christian stuff, then there's a good chance they'll take advantage of the 30-day free trial of Free Sessions at Sell 5.0. So there were a lot of things that really lined up. I think also, like I said, having that in-person JV mixer, that really bonded and built a strong relationship with our JV partners even more deeply than before. So yeah, I mean, there were a lot of things that lined up to making this a big launch, which, like you said, it was the biggest launch in the coaching industry history, as far as I'm aware of. We did over $500,000 in sales. And again, I give you the exact number, but I don't know. I don't remember what it was. Well, actually, I could tell you. Hold on, I can do a quick math here.
Yeah. Now, obviously, Jeff Walker is famous for the product launch, isn't he? But is this the first time this sort of formula has been applied in coaching?
I've seen a lot of people launch a lot of stuff, and I've launched a lot of products in the past with our own list. But this was the first time, and we've had other people promote our products, but this was the first time that we've ever done a product launch where we, had something that we knew was a super hot product, and we got a bunch of other, like a coordinated launch. I've done launches to my own list before, but not with getting, strategic alliance partners specifically on board to help promote it. Yes. So I'd never done it before. I know there's a lot of, there's like live events. I know people have done sort of, product launch kind of things for that. But, I haven't seen a lot of stuff within the coaching industry, in fact, I haven't seen anything coordinated like this. So,
yeah. And it's powerful, but it is a lot of work. Right.
It was way more work than I expected.
Yeah.
Normally, when we launch stuff internally, I kind of just wing it, I sort of have the product is ready, and then I just sort of set a date, and as the launch is happening, I'm thinking, all right, well, let's share this free stuff, and let's share some of that free stuff, and then, whatever. And I can kind of make it up as I go along. With this, I had to get everything ready ahead of time. And I did, pull some audibles and change some things along the way, but it was a lot of work. But yeah, we did $523,476 in sales.
Wow,
in
fantastic, fantastic.
Yeah. Not a bad week.
And there's silly little things like your server needs to hold out. You don't want to create all this traffic and find your server crashes.
Yeah, one of the things we did too, we were worried about that, was we took our video, like I have I had a 28-minute video right at the top of the sales letter, which kind of just took people through the product and what it did and all the pieces of it and why they should want it, why they should get it, and our special offer, we'll just send it to them and all that stuff. So I created that video. That was a nightmare too, because I couldn't create it earlier because I left my camera battery and charger, so I had to order a new one, and then I with all the stress and pressure of trying to get everything ready, I started getting sick, and then I just had to do it in one take while I was sick, and I was coughing, and so it was horrible. Right. So I had the sales letter video, but I had to do it. It ended up being okay, way worse than I would have liked it to be, but it did the job, I guess.
It's
But
real. It's real, yeah.
Yeah, it's real. I mean, that's the way it is,
Yeah.
So we took that video off of our server right before we were about to launch and put it on a different server because with it being such a big file, we felt like pulling up just the regular info from a sales letter, if that can crash a page, then having a huge long video like that could crash the page too. So we swapped that out and we had it on the page, but it was loading from a different server. So that was one of the things we did. So we didn't have any server crashing problems.
And you can use Amazon S3 too, can't you? So it's not actually on your server. That helps.
Yeah. We would have done that. We were going to do that. We didn't have time to set up that account that fast, but that was an alternative. Yeah, I don't know why we didn't brainstorm that ahead of time, but
well, this is why you've got professional product launch managers now. And
there are a lot of people who do this professionally. Yeah, we actually interviewed 2 or 3 people to be professional product launch managers for us, but we didn't. I didn't click with any of them, unfortunately.
Right.
So we did it on our own. But if we had somebody really good, who knows? Maybe we could have done twice as many sales.
Next time around, do the first million launch in coaching.
Yeah.
be the John Reese of the coaching industry.
There you go. I like it. Thank you. Yeah. I'm actually flying my team out later this week. We're going to be meeting. Last time we only met for 1 day in person. This time we're meeting for 3 days. So we're going to plan out all of 2010. I love what that was a great goal for us. So we're going to have our first $1 million product launch in coaching industry history this year. That sounds like a great goal.
2010 done.
Yeah, done.
I'll send you my bill later. But no, I mean, having done it once, I'm sure you've got everything down to a process now, and so it's a question of just leveraging it better next time, isn't it? It's that's the way the internet works. You're never ready. You just got to go with what you got and just keep improving on it.
Exactly. Perfect as you go is my motto. A lot of people try to perfect and then do, and I like, my motto is perfect as you go. Or my other motto is done is better than perfect.
Sounds good. Okay. Anything else you want to mention just on product launches then, Kristen? Because, effectively what you're telling us, if you want to add a massive influx of clients, is, start planning early for this. Mm-hmm. To go through the product creation product. I mean, you didn't say too much because obviously you're too modest, but you do need a great product because otherwise it can come back at you after the event.
Sure.
So that's key, isn't it? And that's doing the necessary sort of research first of all, being really in tune with your market, knowing their number one challenge, and then coming up with a great solution to that. So that's sort of step one, isn't it, as such?
Well, it is, but I kind of want to come back away from all this stuff we just been telling everybody about for a second here, because doing a $500,000 thing or doing $1 million launch and all that stuff is really exciting, and but it also can sound very far away. If you're a coach, I'm talking to the people listening now. If you're a coach that's just getting started and you're trying to build your email list and get some clients, I really recommend before, certainly feel like go ahead and create a product or something like that. But if I was starting from scratch, if I had no email list, no strategic alliance partners, if I just had a target market and my coaching, and that's all I had right now, the first thing I would do is I would start going where the people are. If I was a relationship coach, I would go to relationship seminars. I would go to singles mixers. I would go to speed dating events. I would go wherever there were single people that I could find as potential clients. And I would, just network with them and invite them to, I would write a special report of some sort where I would teach some really hot idea about how to get, more dates or how to find the man of your dreams or whatever, something along those lines. And I would, I would start getting emails from the people that you meet at these networking events and just say, hey, I'll email you this article I wrote, and, get them on your email list and send them the articles and grow your list that way. That's a little more grassroots sort of thing. And if some people are on Facebook and Twitter. If you have some Facebook friends, I would, invite them to sign up for your special report. I'd create a web page that promoted your special report. And I'd start growing a list that way, and then I'd offer a free session to those people who are on your list and start getting clients right away, because the path to creating a lot of money through products is a longer path than the path to make money from getting clients. You can have a list of 100 people, an email list of 100 people, and start getting clients. You get 3 clients, 5 clients, 10 clients from a list of 100 people, and be making some really serious, significant money as a coach. But if you have a list of 100 people or even 500 people, it's not very easy to make a lot of money selling product. Plus, right. There's a lot of other stuff you need to learn. You need to learn how to write sales letters and all this other stuff, which are, there's a lot to it. Whereas with, signing up clients, you just need to know how to do, free sessions that sell, so that you can have a conversation with somebody, so that at the end of the conversation, they're hiring you for coaching. Yeah,
and it's the clients that keep you sharp, because by dealing with them on a daily basis, you're really in tune with what their wants and needs are, and exactly. So the chances are you're going to come up with a better product anyway.
Yes, yeah, for sure, definitely. I recommend, even if people aren't coaches, but they're just info marketers or whatever, I recommend that they get into coaching, because you can learn so much more from actually working with people than just from doing surveys and things like that. So yeah, and I would start starting building your empire. Starts one email list one email at a time, one person that you meet at a time. I would also recommend finding places where you can speak. Again, if you're a relationship coach, maybe you can be a speaker at one of these speed dating events and teach people some dating tip. Anywhere where you can speak, and then offer people something and get them on your email list. If you're speaking in front of 20 or 30 people, you can get 80 to 100% of the people to want to get on your email list. And so you just build it over time. 5 people here, 10 people there, 100 people there. And then what happens is, as you build a list, once you have a list of 500 people or more, now you've got something that can help other people. Now you can approach potential joint venture partners and say, hey, I'd love to promote do you have something going on that you'd like some help promoting? People love hearing that. And then once you ask them about promoting them, then oftentimes they're very interested in wanting to help promote you. So, as you build your asset, which is your email list, now you can do things with it to help grow it even more. So you might promote one person with your list of 500. Now, if they promote you back, which they may or may not, but if they were to, now you might, you could potentially double your list, overnight. And now you got a list of 1,000 people. And just the bigger it gets, the more valuable it is, the more you're going to attract bigger name people to want to work with you and promote you.
And there is a tipping point. It does get easier, doesn't it? I think once you get past 1,000 subscribers or past 20 clients, things start to grow much faster.
Yeah, and definitely every email you send out something really good as best you can,
I think every contact point, make sure it's of value nowadays. Attention really is that scarce, and if not so, it soon will be.
Yeah, definitely. People are overloaded with emails, so if you can give them something super valuable where the people are really excited to get your email all the time, now you're a champion marketer. And I believe our marketing makes a bigger difference in the world than our coaching does, because our marketing reaches more people. So, one of the things I teach is make a difference marketing.
Because ultimately marketing is just a conversation anyway, isn't it? I think people get hung up on it and they confuse it with sales and advertising.
Yeah.
But it's matching what you have with what people want.
Exactly.
Okay, well, let's wrap up there then.
Thank you for taking the time to pick my brain here. I think this was useful for everybody.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Christian. I really appreciate you taking part in this tele-summit.
No problem. And my final thoughts are to remember that people need our help. Let's get people coached.
That's amazing. I actually had that as my exit. So let me echo that. People need your help. Let's get people coached. Thanks for listening.
You got it.